Hi, this is Scott from Ramsey Canyon Inn, and today we're releasing video number 4 in our ongoing series exclusively through Cool FM. In today's video, you're going to get a clear picture of the type of people who have caused all of the headaches and problems that we've been dealing with for a year. The incident takes place April 13th, 2024. You're going to hear 911 audio and see body cam footage for firsthand knowledge of the headaches and problems that we've been dealing with. Just prior to this incident, Cochise County Engineer Department came out and designated 1 mile of Ramsey Canyon Road as a no parking zone, which was a new implementation. We immediately complied with that. And on this particular day, we had a few overflow guests that needed some parking. So we advised them where they could park legally and safely on the roadway. And you're going to see how our neighbors who own a competing business reacted and how they interact with the Cochise County Sheriff's Department regarding this.
What is the location of your emergency?
It's not a critical emergency. I couldn't get through on another number, but there's a parking situation going on.
Okay,
here
for a parking situation, you can call the non-emergency number, which is 520-803-3555. That's the non-emergency number for the district.
3555. Thank you very much. I have a parking situation that I was told by the sheriff to call about on East Ramsey Canyon Road.
At what location, please?
It's by Brown Canyon Ranch, just west of the Brown Canyon Ranch turnoff.
Or a milepost up on the road, or?
There's not, but they'll be able to figure out. There's a ton of cars that are parked on the side of the road, and they are within the 1 mile no parking zone area.
So I drove the whole thing. So yeah, they got vehicles lined up here, which there's not much I can do. They're parked off the side of the road. They're not creating a hazard.
But they're within the mile, so if you started at the top where the mile, it says no parking within 1 mile from where that upper sign is.
So I also know where the sign is. I've done it before, but I double checked today. So I stopped right where the sign was. I reset my trip.
Sure, I've done it as well.
Went a mile up, came back. They're not within a mile.
Oh, I meant it's from the mile from where that sign is posted at the top. There's a sign that's posted right at the top where the tree is. And if you mile marker from right there, it takes you past where this gate is there.
So where my trip meter hit 1 mile was right at the tree from that sign.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I don't understand.
So the mile from where the sign is at the top, where the tree is in the road, is, if this is the tree, it is down another like 30, 40 feet at least. All I'm saying is that he's parking illegally, basically, and it's fine. And I understand we're going to agree to disagree.
I'm not even going to agree to disagree. I'm going to disagree because I just looked at, and I went by the sign. I went by my speedometer.
From the top sign, you reset it at the top where the mile marker sign is at the very top.
Yeah.
You reset your mile marker there.
So it went a mile up.
No. From where the
and
top
it went a mile,
sign is.
Let me finish.
Okay.
It went a mile up, and I did the loop around the tree, and it went a mile back.
Got it.
They are parked just outside the mile, but they're not violating any signage that are currently up.
Right.
Now you said it. Now, if they're putting up more signs to address the issue or change it, then that obviously would change it.
Right.
But as of today, I do not see any traffic violations nor hazards.
We just want it documented and noted that, and and we can agree to disagree, but I guarantee you, I got on that bicycle and I went up to that mile marker right now. I guarantee you, I will be beyond that gate, beyond where those cars are, and it will be a mile somewhere right over there in the middle of the street, because I was a data analyst. I took survey classes. I'm a landscape architect.
I'm not. I'm a very straightforward guy.
I know what you mean.
If my
mileage is wrong, maybe you have different size tires. I don't really know, but whatever. I've done it on it, and I've seen it.
It's a fairly modern.
It looks pretty stock.
It
looks stock.
It's pretty modern cars. So I mean,
the mileage is probably right, is what you're saying. I get it.
I mean, you're right. Did I take a tape measure out? No, but how crazy
how close
do
we want to get?
But that's why it goes by the sign. That's why I stopped at the sign.
At the very top and then came down.
No, no, I started down here first.
Right.
I did it both ways.
Right.
Because
I hear you. That's
So-
good detective work.
Right.
In the midst of disputing the accuracy of the officer's odometer, Greg's wife Jen calls, and at about 4:30 on a Saturday afternoon, they decide to add a noise complaint to what was originally a parking complaint. And this deputy ends up following them up to their home, and you'll see some more body cam footage from that as well. I'd be curious to know if anybody can hear any background noise in any of the body cam footage that takes place up at their property.
I'm talking with the officer here. I mean, we're already sitting there listening to the DJ. I like to come to my house now and listen to it. I mean, if my wife's sitting on my deck and I'm already having
Was
to
she the
listen
one in
to
the
it.
golf cart I passed?
She was.
Okay,
Yeah,
never
that's
mind.
where, that's where our
No,
property is. What I was going to ask was, on your way back down, if you wouldn't mind doing your due diligence and double checking from where that sign is, and it's on the east side of the tree as you're heading down.
You're asking me to do it again?
To do your due diligence. Okay. You know what I mean?
Just because you can hear sound or hear your neighbor, it doesn't always necessarily means it's unreasonable.
Right.
So that's where
I get it. But
you said it earlier, that's where the gray area comes from.
Sure. I have a neighbor here.
So
he likes to play his radio.
I understand it.
He listens to oldies. Can I hear it? Yeah. Is it a nuisance? No.
Right.
Because it's my neighbor and he's allowed to listen to music.
Point being is, so what you're saying is nothing done in the parking.
Because he's he's potentially outside of the mile marker.
Potentially, or we know this.
Well,
he's outside of the sign.
He's outside of the sign. The sign down there, but
That
technically
doesn't make
he
any
said he
sense.
measured it from the sign here down the road as well.
I don't understand what doesn't make sense. So, like
you said, it's he said, she said. Thank you.
not really, but okay.
Well, we're agreeing to disagree because, like I said, I know that I measured from that sign
But like I said,
down in that direction.
Now that you've seen the footage for yourself, you can make up your own opinion about who these people are. And just remember that the incident from this particular day, Greg was 3/4 of a mile from his home where he was arguing with this deputy over whether his odometer was correct or not. And the handful of cars that were parked there that day had zero impact on them. And this is what we've been dealing with for over a year now. And these are the primary source of information for all the Herald articles that have been published. These are the county's star witnesses in their actions against us. And you can judge for yourself. What do you think?